TitleMatchNetwork.com.
He did some shows for the AWA. What do you remember about Vern Gagne and working for Vern back then?
Well, I remember hanging out with the Freebirds.
Yeah, you wrestled them in the Meadowlands. You did a six-man with them in the Meadowlands.
Yeah, I remember hanging out with them. I don't know. I didn't know Gagne at the time, but I guess it was like Vince's, senior and his son, and they were the same. But the Freebirds, I remember hanging out with them and wrestling for that company there because, again, I was just fresh off of the TV as well.
Mm-hmm.
And they used me as a babyface. And when I wrestled there at the Middleland, it was during the time of taping that movie.
Body Slam?
No, the Body Slam we didn't do yet. I don't think we went that far. No, we didn't do that yet. We did the taping the movie, The Middleland. It was called Highlander. The Highlander.
Okay.
The guy with the sword, you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
That was doing that with the Freebirds.
Okay.
It was me and the son, and I don't know, one of the other top babyface again.
Jim Brunzell, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The killer, I think it was Brian too, wasn't it? The Killer Bee?
Well, yeah, he came later to WWF.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank God for you to be here to help me. Because that's good you have them down because the Freebirds, they had their own three.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was me, and then the son, and then another cat you were talking about. Brian. Jumping, there you go. Jumping
Jim Brunzell.
Jumping Jim, Brian.
Yeah, Jumping
Whatever
Jim.
they call him. He's another nice guy, too.
Yeah. Now, when you worked for Vern up there, you did some Pro Wrestling USA shows. On Pro Wrestling USA, on Vern's TV, you were still challenging Piper. Do you remember doing that? Or it was the oddest thing as a fan to see.
Yeah, it was strange. Again, like I said, I was young, and I don't know if people was telling me to do that, or you know what I'm saying. I don't know if they're just guiding from areas, just some bugs in my ears and that because Piper was still working for Vince at the time.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I had to do that. I don't know if they like I said in our wrestling world, we have politics in it too, and it's a lot. So a lot of these wrestlers. The only ones that know is what they're going to make the move are the promoters. Mm-hmm. And at the time, Vince trying to grab them, and then the time Gandhi trying to grab all of these guys. It was back and forth type of deal. No, I don't remember challenging Piper at that time. Being so young.
Yeah. What do you remember about the singles matches you had with Roddy Piper, who at that time was the hottest heel in the business?
What I remember the single match with Rowdy Piper. I remember him poking my eyes. But I remember him biting my toes. It just did some good to me. He was just a goofy wrestler. What more can I say? If you really watched his character, he was just that goofy heel. He would just shake around and poof. You ever seen?
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
So those are the things I remember him doing. But it's like everybody hated and booed him when he did that.
Yeah.
So those are the things I remember him. Guiding me. Just helping me get through to the next day and the next day. Because without me, he's got nobody to wrestle. I was his hottest.
Yeah.
I was his hottest thing going. Who does he want if he gets to the building? I'm not there. Who's he going to? Can't wrestle Morocco. Nobody want to see him on the rock. They want to see me. They actually want to see me kick his ass.
Yeah.
That's pretty much where that came up to. But like you said, again, I was young and, I had these curly, nappy hair and a nice body, being young and around all the, and it still didn't kick in to me yet that I was in that hot seat.
Wow, really?
It haven't kicked in until I think it kicked in after I was burnt out. You get the party like 2 at nighttime when you party, and then your body can only take so much,
Right.
And you just keep going and going, but your mind says go, but your body's it can't go.
Yeah.
And I guess I just left. I just went home.
Yeah.
And when I went home and Vince called, I didn't realize how hot I was. I didn't realize.
I definitely want to talk about that.
I don't know if you have that on the script where I did leave.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It's a question as a fan I've even had up to this day. But we'll get to that because I want to go in order here. But I definitely want to talk about that. How about Bob Orton? You wrestle Bob Orton a lot too.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you memories of working with Cowboy Bob?
He's a great teacher.
Yeah.
I love watching it. I love his. He's just everything he does is just like perfect. They come up with Mr. Perkins.
There you go.
But you're going back to the legends now. I consider all these guys as legends. I consider myself a legend because the years that I started and wrestled and being around Cowboy Bob Orton, Piper, the Wild Samoans, being around Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff. I mean, these are just guys now, till this day, 207, you look at them now. They don't look anywhere near the way they look now. But they're legends. In my eyes, they're legends.
Definitely.
And if they ever wanted to put on some pair of tights again now and get in the ring and show you what they want to do, I'm sure they can do that too.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I could put mine on right now as we speak. You know? I'm sure I'll be putting mine on tomorrow night somewhere. But yeah, Cowboy Bob Orton is a great wrestler. And working with him, one of another top heels in New York City, right, at the time. And, you know, when you're working, they're actually teachers. They're actually teaching you. We're the students. At being so young at that age, I was one of the students.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
So
Definitely.
I really enjoy working with these guys. They didn't try to, you know, they had respect for my uncle Oppenseeker. Like I said, there wasn't no pressure. It made it easy on us. They pretty much Oppenseeker kicked the doors open for everybody. Peter Maivia kicked the doors open for everybody. You know, so we were thankful that we had my uncle and these guys to be in the business so long because they have earned their respect in this business. And anybody that's related to the Samoans come down to other kids and their reputation in the wrestling business alone. Yeah. People know who the Wild Samoans were in the ring and out the ring. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So it made it easy for all of us. And we were thankful for that. I'm really grateful for it, you know, to be part of it. I'm sure all my other brothers and cousins out there are grateful for it too, you know, and we thank them for it because they give us the opportunity. But it's our call. We either can want to do it or we don't have to do it. Yeah. Again, he was a great guy.
Now, you know, during the brief break, you were telling me that you actually used to set up the rings in the WWF before you started wrestling.
Yeah. I did. You know, it's funny because, I don't know, I'm probably getting ahead of myself, but I get excited. I mean, again, I'm just a young kid. I'm not old too, but it'd be good. We all stay young like this, you know, with a good spirit in our heart. But I used to set the ring up with Gorilla Monsoon's son. His name was Joey. God bless his soul. He passed away. He's a great friend of mine. I used to set up the rings with Joey. We used to travel and set the rings up for all the wrestlers to wrestle every night. Wow. And this big man would pay me. I don't think I was making like $750 an hour. I mean, $750 a week. Wow. You know, setting up. You know, those times, a young kid, you know, again, I was trained at the time because we would put the ring up early and there'll be nobody there but just me, the ring, and this empty 20,000 building. You know, this is before I came to Tonga Kid. This is before I had my first match. This is before all this happened to me. This is before anything you can imagine ever happened to me. This is how I came into New York City and helped with the ring when my uncles brought me up here. And that's how I grew a relationship with Joey. And I remember going to his house, meeting his family, Gorilla Monsoon, his mom, really nice family. I think they lived in Jersey. Here. Jersey here. You know, so it was just a great place, you know. I mean, they were a great family. And I don't remember what nationality it was, but when I went to set up the ring, even till today, I set rings up. I show kids how to do the rings, you know, because I used to set them up before. And that's how that happened, man. So there's a lot of things we're probably going to leave out, but hopefully we can get them all in here.
Cool. Now, you had a couple of matches I saw just in looking back at the history anyway on the house shows with Patera. Yeah. What do you remember about working with Patera?
He was the strongest. His character was like the strongest man in the world, I guess, right at the time, right? He was a heel. Because I don't ever remember me wrestling as a heel. I think I was always the baby face. Here.
During this time,
this time, Kim Patera. Yeah, he was another good teacher, another good legend, you know, another good teacher to me. But I think when he put the kicks to my head is those are the ones I really felt. I mean, those are kicks that if you really watch them kick you, those hurt. Those things I remember, Kim Patera, you know, I remember him putting me in those, what do you call them?
Full Nelson?
Yeah, he got me one of those before. And then I did the worm. He told me to do the dance with the fans like. And when he grabbed me in that, I started to wiggle my body again back to the dance, what we talked about.
Awesome.
And people went crazy again and made a little comeback, and we went home. You know?
How about Paul Orndorff? What do you remember? He's working with Paul Orndorff, Mr. Wonderful.
That's another. His wrestling was, I guess, I can't say goofy. He was more excited than any other wrestler I can imagine because he was. Now he can go. He can go. Sometimes he get too excited, he don't realize how hard he kick you. And some of his kicks and punch can knock you out. Yeah, and because he's so hype, he's always hyper. I don't know if you want.
Absolutely.
He's just a hyper.
Constantly going.
Yeah, he's just hyper. And yeah, he's potatoed me a couple of times. That I can remember. Some of the kicks, you watch him do some of his good kicks. Those kicks can ring a bell in your ear too, you know.
Yeah.
But he was another great guy. I really loved it, Paul Orndorff. You're watching this tape, Paul. I love you, man, and I miss you, and I thank you for all your help. You have helped me throughout my whole, time we spent in New York because he was a great teacher and a great guy. I met him in Florida.
Oh, okay.
I met him working for
the Armstrong.
The Armstrong. Well, no, not Armstrong. I wasn't working for them. I met him when I was going traveling with my uncles Appa and Chica.
Okay.
I met Paul Orndorff working for Bill Watts.
Right, because he was up there at that time.
At the time, Bill Watts' territory was booming in the South.
Yeah.
They had all those. This was Piper and Butch Reed.
Yeah.
I remember him. They came out of there. There's a lot of names. Mr. Olympia. I don't know if you remember.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So these are just guys, like I said, that I've met there that never knew they'd become big times here in New York City. But they definitely had the right tools to become big time because they were good.